light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long. For me, only for me. Come to me now and rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room. The windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, only for you.
I've been here since Holy Family began. And one of the things that I remember about the beginning of the school was how everyone kind of had to band together and really help each other out.
When the school first opened, I was a sophomore in high school. I was 16. I was the oldest kid in the school for all 3 years. And I didn't have a car. Mrs. Barnes was my teacher. Don't ask her how well I did in her class. Mr. Tully was the gym teacher and health teacher.
So for lunch in the bus lobby, half of the student body, which was about 70 or so kids, would come into the bus lobby, sit at the tables, and they would cart down the food that would come in on trucks every day so that everybody could have lunch, and then we would clean it all up really fast and then bring it back.
And we served the food, and then afterwards I had to do the dishes in the little area where the teachers eat their lunch. We just had little sinks, and I had these great big pans. It was kind of crazy to do that. Well, after 6 weeks or so, then we were able to serve into the cafeteria where we are now, but not inside the kitchen area. The food was still brought in from the commissary, and the kids got a little ticket. It was like a theater ticket almost that they got, and they were allowed only one choice, and it was just the main entrees, similar to what the chef's choice is today. Just a meat, a vegetable, and a dessert, and then a carton of milk. There was no water at that time. And after every day, like I say, it was brought in, and then on Thursdays was pizza day, so Papa Murphy's brought the pizzas in, and that was a big day for the kids. And then I was able to use the kitchen to make the vegetables and do my dishes at that time. I was the only one here the whole year, so it was kind of quiet back there. I'll tell you, I was a 4-hour person at the time.
They would have gym wherever gym fit because there was no gym at the time. B-Wing wasn't used at all, even when it was open, and that was somewhere that the teachers went to correct papers when they didn't want to be bothered, but it was kind of surreal because it was very, very quiet. There were no chairs or tables or desks there, so it was kind of like a twilight zone of A-Wing because there were no noises and there were no people.
I was the soccer coach, the first boys soccer coach, and that lasted exactly 1 year for really good reasons. But the first year we were out in the field practicing, and the guys kept getting all this yellow stuff all over their feet and shins, and we didn't know what it was because we didn't live out here. So we were a little worried about it because the building had just been constructed, and we were thinking, oh, is it construction materials and some sort of insulation? It doesn't cause cancer. We scraped some off and put it on a microscope slide, looked at it under a microscope, and it was corn pollen, which didn't surprise anyone who lived here, but all of us city folk were pretty astounded. We were surrounded on all sides by corn, and that's where the pollen was coming from, is blowing right off, the field.
When we first started the school, when we first ordered uniforms, we didn't have our name of fire at the time, so all of our first uniforms only said Holy Family. So the first couple years, all of our students had to wear Holy Family
Now, I also have the first loss in Holy Family history. It was against Benilde. I would have had the second loss if Courtney Barker had not had an asthma attack in the middle of her girls' soccer game her freshman year. And that stopped the game for 20 minutes while she wheezed her way through it. And as a result, the boys lost before the girls did. I made a huge coaching error in that game. I was up 3-1, and I substituted out my center half. I could have substituted anyone else, but the center mid, I should have left it right where it was. And they scored 2 quick goals, and then a third, and we lost. But I also have the first home win, which was not a real game. It was against a bunch of guys that our president wanted to see the school. And we didn't have a field, we didn't have paint, and I had no idea how to make a soccer field. So I told Cloyd Green and Brian Atkinson to go make a field. I gave them some rope, a meter stick, a compass, and a picture of what the field would look like, and I told them it would be easy. And apparently it was, because we had a perfectly good field, and that's where we got our first win in any sport, Mr. Tooley, at Holy Family Catholic High School. Bam! There you go.
Sporting events were pretty not popular, weren't very good. Got beat a lot, really bad, probably because I was on the team. The helmet that didn't fit. And Mr. Cannell, Mr. Bosch, and Mr. Tooley were the 3 football coaches at the beginning.
When we opened, the school wasn't finished. There was no gym floor. B-wing wasn't done. There was no cafeteria. So we lived together in A-wing and the bus lobby. And that means that we had FIED there. That means we ate there. That means we had classes there.
I was one of 33 people in the sophomore class. I think I graduated with, well, I think there was like 36 sophomore year, and I think we ended up graduating with like 33. I don't know. Look on the wall.
One of my best memories is that our first class had 147 students in it. There were 112 freshmen, and all of us fit in the library because that's where we had to have mass.
The kids, of course, they were just as nice at that time as they are today. So
the beginnings of the school were really fun and a very good time to build a lot of the community that we still have today.